We haven't seen a full-fledged Tekken game since 2011 with Tekken Tag 2, but Tekken 7 looks promising as hell, especially for the feelings and nostalgia the series really brings to some fans. But with that, let's talk about some things you need to know about Tekken 7. Starting off with number 5, let's talk about the characters. Tekken 7 is going to have 38 playable characters, that's including, the palette swaps and the like, but 20 full characters make the default launch roster, while other planned characters will be added over time. 8 new characters will make their debut this time around, including the beginner-friendly Brazilian fighter Catarina Alves, Kazumi Mishima, Heihachi's wife, and Akuma from Street Fighter, to name a few. More characters are going to be planned down the road, but we'll get to that in another point. But with number 4, let's talk about the story. In terms of plot, nothing truly substantial has really been revealed yet, but thanks to series producer Kazuhiro Harada, we do know it's the final conclusion to the crazy drama that is the Mishima clan saga. It seems like Tekken fans are anticipating to finally learn the real reason behind Heihachi's motives to kill his grandson Jin. Also, what's the real reason? Why did Heihachi throw his son Kazuya off a cliff into a volcano as a boy? According to Bandai Namco, these questions are going to be fully answered and the story is going to be much darker. It's a very story-oriented game, and judging from the gameplay we've seen, that does seem to be the case for that mode. There's over-the-top story sequences, which seem to seamlessly transition to quick-time events and fights, and it looks good, especially the starting tutorial fight scene which we've seen, which looks like a really cool flashback. Plus, if you're playing through the story mode, at certain moments you'll have access to story assist moves, which look pretty cool, if a little bit gimmicky. But speaking of the gameplay, let's get deep into it with number 3. The concept the designers decided on was that if you've played a Tekken game before, you'll be able to pick up the controls and learn the ropes pretty quickly here. Aside from some minor movement tweaks, the fighting system is intended to remain similar to the previous entries. There are, of course, some changes. It can't be the same game. The Rage system sees its biggest change here as it's fleshed out into 2 usable approaches, both Rage Art and Rage Drive. Rage Art is like a super move, limited in use but insanely powerful. It also leaves you extremely vulnerable, and the specific use varies upon stances, so you're gonna need to know what you're doing. It's designed not just for comebacks really, but to create mind games between high-level players. Rage Drive is a bit more tactical, and it has multiple uses. It's a powerful attack that varies for characters. Rage Drive moves do not have the armor properties of a Rage Art or a Power Crush move, but are more situational in their use. Rage Art and Rage Drive are nuanced and hard to explain honestly, but in short, you need to learn your characters and understand what you're doing to really get the upper hand in high-level play. Coming over from arcade mode, there are new Power Crush moves that can in fact beat mid and high attacks and armor. These also vary per character and can leave you pretty extremely vulnerable, but they can be extremely effective to power through potentially devastating attacks. A new screw move system also replaces bounds, and most of the combo system is retained from Tekken Revolution. So gameplay looks to be really fun, but at number 2, let's talk about the modes you'll be playing that in. Offline mode offers, of course, story mode, titled the Mishima Saga, arcade mode, versus, practice, and treasure battle as all the standouts. Customized mode allows you to gain fight money, a currency that you use to purchase items and customize your characters in a cosmetic way only, similar to the previous games. Along with the characters, you can also customize the health bar, the rage meter, and the panel in this mode. Gallery mode returns and is way more fleshed out. It's definitely good for hardcore fans because it lets you look back at music, art, and scenes from throughout the Tekken series. The Tekken series has a surprising amount of lore, so hopefully Tekken 7 really gives you a lot to dig through. And of course, it wouldn't be a fighting game in 2017 without some online modes. This time around, most importantly, there's a new tournament mode which is playable with up to 7 players. It features single and double elimination formats inspired by live FGC tournaments. Online modes also included pretty impressive full spectator mode support. But at number 1, let's get down to the housekeeping details. Let's start with the details first. There's a $25 season pass. Yeah, I know Tekken has never really had a season pass before, and some people are gonna groan over that, but I guess you still need to know what it does. It nets you all previous support, as well as new game modes and costumes updated throughout the summer, as well as a new guest character in the winter, and another new guest character in spring 2018. Like the previously announced Akuma, these guest characters are actually going to be crossing over from other video game series. There's potential there, and while there's only 2 new characters being added, it seems kinda lame. I bet Bandai Namco is really hedging their bets on making these characters a big freaking deal and really drumming up some excitement, so keep your eye on it. The game releases in North America on June 2nd for PlayStation 4 with some little bits of extra content, like this sort of jukebox mode that allows you to take classic Tekken music and create new playlists. Nothing really major, but it'll also have PS4 Pro support. On Xbox One, pre-ordering it nets you Tekken 6. And of course, the delight to many, myself included, we are getting a PC version to be released on Steam. So that's really the gist of it. Those are some quick things you need to know about Tekken 7. If you were curious, now hopefully you know a little bit more going into it. But we do want to hear from you guys down in the comments because there's all types of Tekken fans. There's casual Tekken fans and there's hardcore Tekken fans. Maybe if you haven't played it in years, are you looking to jump back in with Tekken 7? Or maybe you're a hardcore fighting game tournament loving player. Do you think Tekken 7 is going to be enough to really keep up that high level competitive play? Let's talk about anything Tekken 7, from your favorite characters to your favorite moves to your favorite story moments. We'll be down in the comments. And if you like this video, clicking the like button does help us out a ton, and we really do appreciate it. But if you're new, subscribing is a good idea because we put out stuff like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.